Excuse me, I didn't know the camera was coming on. Hello, and welcome to another exciting, informative, and educational edition of the Smerdley Show. Don't pay any attention to what I was just doing. I was just pretending that I didn't know the camera was coming on. I knew the camera was coming on. What do you think I am, stupid? I was just pretending to be creepy, just to be funny. I'm not really creepy, folks. I'm normal. I assure you, I'm normal. Okay? Now, all humor aside, you've all had your laughs. Let's get serious and have a frank, mature discussion about a certain subject matter that every boy should know about, pertaining to as you make the transition from being a kid into your teenage years, okay? Now, don't be embarrassed. I'm not going to go into, down there or anything. No, I don't know. I want to talk about a certain area of your body. Everyone has two of them. Boys have them and girls have them, all right? I'm talking about your underarms, all right? Now, those of you in the viewing audience who don't have arms, hold your seats. This still pertains to you. Sometimes people don't have arms, possibly because of harmful drugs their mothers took while they were pregnant with you, or perhaps through unfortunate circumstances in the womb in which the umbilical cord tangles around your developing arm stubs and strangulates them off and they rot off, or else they just don't develop and you don't have arms, all right? Or through childhood accident or disease, or possibly even through very terrible, sadistic, and brutal parental abuse. You might not have arms, but you still have to listen to this. It still pertains to you because you still have perspiration zone, all right? Now, when I was about 10 or 11 years old, this little thin book appeared in my dresser drawer. I think my mother slipped it in there to explain to me all the things that were too disgusting for a parent to sit and talk to their child about the things that would happen, you could expect them to happen in puberty, okay? And this included that, you'd grow suddenly and your voice would change and you'd sprout hair, on your legs and perhaps on your upper lip and, down there in that filthy, dirty place we all know about, but we don't talk about. And that we'd probably get pimples and get covered with massive, painful pustules that would drip infectious waste. Anyways, I read that book and I said, no, that's not going to happen to me. I'm a good kid. I'm not like Pinocchio who told lies and all of a sudden started growing a nose and started getting all hairy and grew these big long donkey ears and big horrible distended mouth, horrible teeth, and grew a tail and fell on all fours and brayed like a donkey. That's not going to happen to me because I'm a good kid. All right. But let's see, how should I put it? One day, I had this golf ball that I found, and we all love golf balls, throw them around, carry them around, roll them back and forth like a ball of toy. And I was watching TV and it was real hot and it was like August, and without thinking I just put it under my shirt, put it under my armpit, and pressed down, and I liked it because it made my hand all tingly and numb, And after a while I got sick of that feeling and I just took it out and I was watching TV and I passed it underneath my nose and all of a sudden, Jesus Christ, what the fuck happened to my golf ball? It stinks. And then I thought, wait a minute, it was just under my arm. Oh, boiled onions. Then I remembered that little pamphlet and I thought, uh-oh. And I looked around to make sure nobody was looking. It stunk just like the golf ball. And I sniffed the under her arm. When I was sniffing it, it stunk too. And I noticed there was these little downy hairs, a few of them just starting to sprout, just starting to come in. I said, oh my God, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening to me. I gotta cover this smell. I gotta get rid of it somehow. I don't want my mother to find out that I've been playing with myself in the bathtub and giving myself cancer and making myself, have all these terrible things happen to my body. So I went into the bathroom. I knew it was in the medicine cabinet. It was like, a little my mother's eyebrow tweezers, and baby aspirin, and a bottle of Paregoric, which, you know, you administer to your children once they've ingested a horrible lethal poison to make them have violent cramps and seizures and puke up all the poison so they don't die. And another item that was in the medicine cabinet was a container called Yodura, deodorant for women, roll-on. And I said, well, I'm gonna cover the evidence. I'm gonna use deodorant, my mother's deodorant, okay? So I locked the bathroom door, and I took the towel and put it under the crack under the door so that none of the perverts in my family could, you know, slide the little mirror underneath the crack in the door. You know the trick. You can see what somebody's doing in the bathroom and spy on them. You've all done it, don't lie. It's normal, don't worry about it. I won't tell. Anyways, once I pulled the shade down and I opened up the underarm deodorant and I washed under my armpits and dried them, and I went to apply it and I said, wait a minute. For women, I said, wait a minute, I'm a boy. What if I use this? What if I use this and I start growing tits and turn into a lady? But I was desperate. I didn't want anyone to know. I wanted to cover the smell. I didn't want to stink. And I used just a little bit of it, and it worked. It kept the smell down, and as you can see, I didn't grow tits, and you can hear by the sound of my voice that I didn't turn into a lady, all right? Now, kids, when this starts happening to you, I want to reassure you that it's normal and it's supposed to be happening. Don't be ashamed and don't be embarrassed, all right? What you need to do is get a deodorant, and anybody can buy deodorant. You don't need to be accompanied by a parent or legal guardian, and you don't need an ID saying that you're 18 or 21 or anything. Just walk in and buy a deodorant. If you don't have money, you don't have an allowance or a job, you know how to get money, don't you, kids? That's right. All kids do this. Just steal the money out of your father's wallet or out of your mother's purse when they're passed out on the floor drunk on Friday night or Saturday night, okay? All kids do this. It's okay. Just steal the money and go and buy some deodorant. If you don't buy deodorant, then you will stink. This isn't 100 years ago when my grandmother was a little girl. No. You can't walk around in society smelling like a menstruating whale snatch without people noticing and ostracizing you and hating you and going, B-O, here he comes, stinko, stinko. If you want to smell like that, go right ahead. But you may as well wear a big bell around your neck. And as you approach an intersection, clang, 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 holler out to warn the people coming from the opposite direction that hold your noses, stinko coming, B-O, you know. If you want to smell like that, you really want to do it, go ahead. But you're not going to have a very nice life, and you're not going to be popular. And if you want to live that way, and it makes you unhappy, well, that's up to you. But if you don't want to live that way, use deodorant, okay? It's nothing to be ashamed of, okay? Now, boys, your voice will change, okay? That's normal, too. If you reach the age of 13, 14 at tops, and you still have a high girly voice, then you are abnormal, okay? And 97 times out of 100, a boy at age 14 who still talks like a girl is probably, I don't want to embarrass you or lay any guilt trip on you, but if you still have a high girly voice at age 14, and chances are good that, well, you're a homosexual. And you may as well just tie a rope around your father's garage rafters, tie the other end around your neck, jump off a chair and kill yourself. No, don't do that, don't do that. I was just kidding about that part. All right, life is good, even though the world is a bunch of shit and people are nothing but garbage and hateful bastards who kick you in the teeth and rip you off, and the world is nothing but homicide, genocide, murder, rape, hatred. And once you realize these facts of life and accept them, you can find ways of being happy. Okay? Now, I gotta go now. Excuse me. Thank you for watching this episode of Smerdley Show, but I gotta run now. I gotta go in the bathroom and use my deodorant.